Hello everyone. Let's learn active and passive voice. To start with, what is active voice? Let's understand with an example. He plays cricket. In this sentence, what is the subject? It is he. And what is the object? It is cricket. Now if you see, in this sentence, the subject, that is he, is doing the action of playing. So we say the subject is the doer of the action, or it acts upon its verb. Now there is other way of saying the same sentence. Cricket is played by him. In this sentence, what is the subject? It is cricket. The subject in this case is the receiver of the action. That is, it is acted on by its verb. The first sentence is the sentence in active voice. Why? Because in this sentence, the subject is active and the subject is the doer of the action. In second case, we say it is in passive voice. Why? Because in this case, the subject is the receiver of the action. That is, the subject is passive. It is not performing any action. Instead, it is acted on by its verb. Now that you understand active and passive voice, let's understand how to identify them. Rita planted the trees. What is the subject in this case? It is Rita. And what is the action being done is planting of the trees. In this case, the action is done by the subject and she is planting the trees. And this is active voice. Why? Because the subject is active and doing the action. Now, the other way of saying the same sentence is the trees were planted by Rita. What is the subject in this sentence? It is trees. So we say, in this case, the subject is not performing the action. Instead, it is acted on or affected by the verb's action. So basically, if you see here, the action of planting is done by Rita, whereas the subject, that is trees, is receiving the action. And this is the case of passive voice. Why passive? Because the subject in this case is passive. That is, it is not active and it is not performing any action. Instead, it is the receiver of the action. So always remember that. Now, let's take a quick quiz to test our understanding. She watered the plant. Is the sentence in active or passive voice? Let us see. What is the action being done here? It is watering the plants. And who is doing the action? It is the subject, she. So we say this is an active voice and the subject is the doer of the action. Next, she has watered the plants. If you see here, the subject is doing the action. That is, it is performing the task of watering the plants. So we say it is active voice. Next sentence, the plants are watered by her. If you see, in this sentence, the subject is plants. Is the subject doing any work or action? No. Here, the subject, that is the plants, is the receiver of action and the action is done by her. So this is passive voice. Another easy way to identify it is active or passive is just by seeing sentence. If there is an agent like by her, by him, by them, then you can easily say it is passive voice. Next, the plants are being watered by her. Clearly, here the subject is the receiver of action. It is not doing the action of watering. So we say it is passive voice. Next, the plants have been watered. Is it active or passive voice? If you see here, the subject is not performing the action. Instead, it is the receiver of action. And so we say it is passive voice. And also important thing to see here is, here the doer is missing. That is, by her we have omitted. The plants have grown. Read carefully. The plants have grown. Here, the subject is performing the action of growing. So we say it is active voice. So now you must have understood how to identify active and passive voice. A quick recap. Active means the subject is active and doing the action. And passive means the subject is passive, meaning it is the receiver of the action instead of doer of the action. So that was all about active and passive voice. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.